All right, so here we are in the semifinal. And we got the 1 seed, and what is this? High 10 or 10? High times? High 10?
High times.
10 high. I'll eventually get there. Reading, I was born in the South. Reading is not my forte. So, yeah, wild turkey, 10 high. At least that's what the bottles say. And, yeah, is it going to be an upset? Or is turkey going to pull it out?
I don't know.
All right, so which one do we start with?
What did we start with last time?
I don't remember. I'm drunk.
Me too.
This is what happens when you try and do a bracket and a run.
Yeah. Well, we'll just
start
go with A.
Yeah.
Which one's A?
That's
that one. Okay.
Here we go. I wondered why you pointed at B and said A. I was just going to go with it.
Well, it happens. That's a nice one.
It's more that sweet caramel.
The caramely one.
Yeah. This is the same thing, but not as sweet.
No, it's got a little bit more ethanol to it.
Yeah, but a lot more tame.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of the same notes. It's just muted.
Yeah.
It's not as vibrant and sugary.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we said we
see
started.
how vibrant and sugary it is.
Amen. Cheers.
I like that one.
It's easy to drink.
It is.
It's really kind of a little bit. It's almost like a rum.
Mm-hmm.
It's so sweet.
It's really sweet. The back end of that is just like you just ate a whole bunch of sugar.
Yeah.
Caramel, vanilla, all of it.
It's a lot of sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's good though. I like that one. But
Yeah.
I'm kind of a sugar nut.
Yeah. It's a little sugary.
All right. Let's see what we got. Wrong pipe. There's a lot of cinnamon in that one. And some caramel. Maybe a little bit of fruit.
That one burns in a lot of bad ways.
Uh-huh.
And I know exactly what that is. It's not hard to tell apart. And I don't like that I'm allowed to say this, but A's going to win.
A won. 100%.
It really did.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in that matchup, because the heat and the burn from the spice on this one is just way too hard.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us, am I right? Is this B and this is A?
Yep.
All right. So, yeah. So 10 high. Believe it or not, 10 high beats out wild turkey in this blind.
Wasn't this the one that you were saying that people are saying is horrible?
Yep, that'd be what they said.
I'm enjoying the shit out of this one.
Well, they probably send you their bottle too.
All right.
I don't have anything against it. I find it an enjoyable pour, especially when you get used to the 80 proof and then you jump to the 101.
Yeah.
This is a nice bottle if you start with this bottle, but if you start bouncing around with these other sweeter flavors,
Mm-hmm.
this becomes spicy and harsh.
Yeah.
That's literally what we're finding.
I think that's what's happening right now.
Swipe left.
And this one's going to the right.
So we've already got one in the final.
Yeah, we do.
It's time to find our final competitor.
Yeehaw.
Who's getting in there? Is it going to be Jim or Evan?
I don't know.
Well,
I think I know which one mine's going to be, but we'll see.
you know, I thought that I knew what was going on, and then 10 High joined the party and just kind of threw a wrench in everything.
It's kicking some butt. Not going to lie.
when you pour it against some of these others, that sweetness versus what they had to offer, there's a twang that they give you that's not always great.
For sure.
But if I remember right, these two didn't necessarily have that sweet twang.
No, they didn't.
And turkey didn't either.
No.
Wild turkey didn't either, but then it was a little too proofy and it shined through just way too hard. So can these 80 proofers do a little better job than
We'll see.
than the failed gobbler?
All right, so we'll start with B, I think.
Yeah. Well, that's nice. I got an ethanol back.
Yep.
For the first time in a minute.
Definitely got the whiskey.
But I still get the caramel and vanilla and a little bit of clove.
Oh, for sure. It's just not as sweet.
Oh, for 100% sure. 100%. We got A.
That's just smooth.
That's muted.
Yeah.
Like there's not an outstanding smell. It's just pleasant.
Right. It's just nice and joyful and.
So I will say that everything that I smelled in this one, I smell in this one, but it's lighter and easier, and it's not as aggressive.
Yeah, this one is just definitely a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah, but very, very similar nose.
Very much so.
Right.
Very much so.
Time for the palate. Cheers. There's a little gorilla now.
A little bit. It's got a bite. It's got a bite. But it's a joy. It's not a bad bite.
No, not bad. Not going to say anything bad about it by any stretch. It's just when you go away from all of those candy notes and all of that sugar, and you get in more of the spices, it makes you kind of go.
Yeah. Yeah. It's brisk.
And now we know how they can name the tea.
Yep, exactly.
Yep. I need a good name for it. We'll just drink whiskey.
Yeah.
You'll come up with brisk. All right, so A. Yeah, this more muted version, more tamed, like smooth.
Yeah.
There's just no sharpness to it.
It's not as in your face. It's just nice.
Right. Cheers.
Ooh, this is a tough one. Because I like them both.
I do like them both, but I'm not gonna lie. I like that more muted.
Yeah, it's not such a big bite at first. It's pretty level all the way through.
Coming off of all of those sweet notes, it's not as aggressive to the palate.
Yeah,
it's really. Yeah, I think we got A as a winner.
Yep.
What is A?
Jim Beam.
Good old Jim. All right, bye.
All day.
Here we go.
And we'll just keep that over here.
Yeah,
We're going to the final.
So it is the final. So there's no more swipe right. There's only add in. So we are down to the final. We've got Jim and good old 10 high or high times as I keep calling it. And so let's kind of see what happens. We're going to get some fresh glasses, have someone pour for us, and then we'll be back with finals. We'll see you then. So here we are with the finals. Jim Beam, 10 high. So Jim Beam came in as the 3 seed and 10 high was the 5 seed. 10 high, it set down Wild Turkey 101. And not just set it down, it put it down.
It put it down. Like
there was no comparison.
No.
And I think part of that is to do with the fact that we're drinking mostly 80 proofs, and that 101 proof just came in too strong.
It did.
It was just over the top, because in the first battle we had Wild Turkey beat early times.
Yes,
so it was still acceptable. That 101 was still acceptable early on, but I think all those 80 proofers, it just built up, and when we tried the 101, It did not go well.
You know what though? This is a very exciting matchup. I'm really stoked about this one.
Yeah?
After going through this whole bracket with both of these, I'm really excited about it.
Well, I would say that it is the most intrigued I have ever been drinking because I did not expect this kind of a final.
Nope.
This is very comparable to this year's actual March Madness bracket because there's not a single team in the Final Four that anybody would have guessed.
Right.
So I feel like we're on par with what's going on. So, all right. Call it. Which one?
Let's do this thing. You tell me.
You're going to start with A or B?
A.
A. Okay.
So, on the nose.
Let's do it.
It's really sweet.
There's the sweet one. Smooth. Just a wonderful smell.
It is just a really easy nose. But it is heavy, like honey. Like a honeysuckle honey.
Yeah.
Like it's really, really pungent in your nose.
Mm-hmm.
But not bad.
No.
Well, that's different. That's a lighter sweetness.
Are these the same two? I'm so confused right now.
There's a lot of similarities.
Wow.
There was a lot of similarities. Now I pick them up and do them like that. There's not so many
Because this
similarities.
B is really, really sweet.
Yes, but it's light sweet. It's not as in your face, I felt like. So this one smells like artificial caramel.
All right, there we go. All right.
Now that I put this one against that one, this smells like artificial flavoring.
Yeah, smelled them next to each other. This one has a super sweet nose. Lots of different flavors in it though. Lots of different noses.
Yeah.
Where the A is sweet, but there's more of the bourbon whiskey factor to it.
Yeah. I
Maybe
smell
some
oak
spices.
and wheat and stuff in A now. And I don't get in B.
No, the B is like walking into that candy factory.
All right. Well, let's see what happens when we get down the palate.
All right, let's do it.
Cheers.
Whew.
Mm.
It's got a little bite.
So I get nothingness on the beginning. Like nothing. Boom.
No, it's just
And
a
then-
bite.
And then in the back, it just kind of finishes.
Yeah,
And it's nice.
yeah. The finish is great. I like the finish of this.
But there is like nothing in the
Mhm.
beginning. It's like it
No.
just skips the first half of the tongue in the
Yep.
palate. That's interesting. That's the first time it's really come out like that before.
Yeah,
It's just missing the first half of the palate.
it's kind of odd.
It is odd. But it's not bad.
No,
There's nothing off-putting to
no.
that at all.
There's nothing bad to that.
And just nothing exceptional.
No.
Because it's, like I said, it's missing half the palate.
Yeah.
That's kind of, I'm going to say that's a negative point
Mm-hmm.
for me. I would prefer.
All right, what we got here? I like that one.
That's the winner.
I like that.
For me, it's B.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's just good. It hits the palate in the front. It hits the palate in the middle and in the back. You got just a slight Kentucky hug. It's just
For the Battle of the Plastics, for all the ones that we tried, that one is exceptional.
this one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or, well, I mean...
this was really
A Or
good.
B.
But this, B is definitely
is what I meant.
is the overall winner for which one is B?
Which one's B?
10 high.
10 high.
Seriously?
Yeah. It's 10 high.
Really?
Yeah.
I totally thought that was being.
You know, and from... I did too for a second there. But that 10 high I did not expect 10 High to be where it's at.
It's sweet, and it has. So when we literally put it side by side with Jim Beam. Jim Beam did nothing for literally the first half of my palate. I got a little bit of sweetness and the caramel, vanilla, but 10 High hit all the way through. I'm really impressed. I'm not upset whatsoever to see the 10 High because I thought it was too sweet. Honestly, in that last one, I thought it was a little too sweet, but it was still a lot better than the Wild Turkey. Just kind of grab you,
Yeah.
that harsh spice. So,
For being a run of $20, $30 bottles, I mean, and a sour mash, that's pretty awesome.
that's pretty awesome. So, there you are. That's the winner. We'll see you next year for Bourbon Madness 2024. And this wraps up Bourbon Madness 2023. I hope you like it. I hope it shocks you and intrigues you. And I really hope that you go out and you try a couple of these bottles to see how we did, what you think, and just so that you'll have a few more
And you know
bottles on
what?
the shelf.
Go put these next to each other and give it a try. It's a lot of fun.
It really is. And I think that you'll find that we aren't wrong.
No.
All right. So, I'm Gary.
And I'm Chris.
And this is Frozen Spirits, Drinking in Alaska. And we'll see you on the next one.